Okay, now originally I just intended Twilight to be kind of a scatter thing of how I felt about the whole idea of it being overrated, but no. I have come across some information, some things that have made me want to say a little bit more now. You know, as I said in the last rant, they're making a Twilight movie. Okay, yeah, I know that's bad enough. Enough said about that. Right, wrong. No, I read the book, so when I saw the trailer, a full-length trailer for this shit, I originally I called off a few things that were not actually part of this movie or book. Like, they're movie to book adaptations. Usually the movie is very linear because it follows the same patterns, and everything that happens in the book happens in the movie. Well, apparently that's not how it works with Twilight, because first of all, it feels like they're incorporating some parts from New Moon, the sequel to Twilight, and also toward the end of Twilight, and I don't give a fuck if I'm spoiling this for you. If you haven't read it and you're still listening to this, that's your fucking fault. But anyway, at the end of the book Twilight, Bella gets the shit kicked out of her by a vampire named James who is hunting her. Well, she's about to be killed when Edward and some other people step in, and then she wakes up, and that's what happens. Well, in the movie, what happens is what happens in the movie from the trailers, from what I gathered at least from the trailer, what's gonna happen in the movie, she gets knocked out. Edward jumps in, then gets shoved up against a mirror, and he's like, "Oh, you're faster than the others, but not strong." He's like, "Strong enough to kill you." So they have a fight, which is retarded because that didn't happen in the book. So apparently, they're gonna pull an Aragon here, and what I mean by that is they're gonna summarize things that need to be explained, such as the war on dragons, the war with dragons, and they're going to add things that should not be a part of this and take out things that need to be a part of it. So basically, what they're doing to Twilight is they're raping it. I mean, lo and behold that I do not like this series. I fell out of the circle early, but I'm still like, it's still well written. So for them to rape it like this kind of bothers me. Now, another thing I see a problem with is when Aragon the movie came out, Christopher Polanyi was only like 19, 20, maybe 21 years old. So he was still very young. Stephanie Meyer is at least 25, is anywhere between 25 and 30. So she should be a little more qualified to supervise this movie. But obviously she's not, because, I mean, when you're going to screw up an ending like that, it's just bad. You don't do that. And the actors, oh my god, Edward, I always got him as like a guy who talked with no emotion in his voice whatsoever. He always kind of talks in a monotone voice or in a lower tone. He doesn't really talk loud. He's always chilled and laid back. But no, they get an actor who doesn't do that. The actor they have playing for Edward is like all like emotional, and that's stupid because that's not the image I got from the book. And then Bella, I don't really know. She fits pretty well. It's just, and then Charlie, I don't really like that's Bella's dad. I really don't like his thing either. I really don't like his character either. I have yet to see more of the characters from this movie. All I know is that it does not look good right now, and that has got to be in part due to the fact that books and movies usually don't mix very well. I mean, and also if you're gonna make a movie in a book into a movie, you should always have the writer supervising it, and it should follow this book, not insert your own things into it. That's not how it works. And for it to be live action in itself is a bad idea. Why not just make it like an anime-ish thing? That would make much more sense. How are you gonna... And I don't know. It's one of those movies that is gonna be bad, but if you ever say it's bad, you're probably gonna get hurt for it. the idea of this movie is retarded in the first place, but this trailer was terrible, and and they're all across YouTube. This is just a fucking pile of shit waiting to happen. I mean, by no means is this going to compare to that live-action Dragon Ball coming out, but this is going to be this movie is going to be worse than the Aragon movie, and that's pretty fucking terrible, right there, man. I mean, wow, I don't really have much else to say on that. Except for this. I have officially declared war on this Twilight thing. I am not done with this. I have one more part left before I can call it quits. So, stay tuned. Don't eat your earwax. And remember, fuck it. Whatever else you want to do it. Just don't eat earwax, because that'll kill you or make you sick. No, don't. Oh, and remember, don't make fun of people, otherwise a shaman will summon wild boars to come and devour you. Peace and love.